Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. And sorry to have had moved the um, what do you call it? The time, the start time. Excuse me, getting things going on here, just catching up. And excuse me, I know there is a bit of a lag here. Hey, knock it off. But I just wanted to get it going here. Sorry, I'm super distracted because I'm watching the YouTube and the stream here to see when it's going to go, and it's just not going yet on my end. So, oh, there it is. I just needed to update it. I got so confused. Anyways, let me go ahead and say hello real quick. Where'd my chat go? Hey, Debbie, welcome in. It might not be a huge crowd, and I kind of knew that. Heather sees me. I'm getting over a little bit of something here, so I'm feeling a little better. I just have a little bit of a headache, but end of the year clearance, out with the old and in with the new. That's right. Um, so yeah. Sorry about that. I had a meeting that popped up last minute and had to move the time um by 30 minutes, and I appreciate y'all being so patient with me about that. Um, I do have a lot of things I'm juggling in the background here as well, but that's neither here nor there. Sorry for seeming a little bit distracted. All right, we're good now. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. I don't know that like I said, we'll have as many folks on as we would before, but hopefully they'll go back and watch this later on. Um, Victoria was needing to finish by 5 o'clock today, so she was needing to finish before we got started. And kind of going into the new year, she's got some other things going on, so she's not going to be with me every week. So if there's someone out there that may want to step up and join, um, that's great. But if not, I'm going to keep pressing on, keep going, because if nothing else, this is hopefully helping you, but definitely going to help me. Debbie says, I sneezed like 10 times. I hope I'm good and not getting sick. Yeah, I get that. We lost power here on Friday in the morning, um, at like 11:30, 11 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock. And it was like 9 degrees. And I was running around getting the generator set up, and I totally was wearing a jacket and shorts. So I might have done this to myself. Might be 100% my fault, but I was running around like a crazy man. Our power came on 4 hours later, thank God. Hey, Carol, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. Larry, good to see you, sir. Good to see you, sir. And you lost heat on Sunday. Ooh, my sister lost power on Friday as well. And their home is heated through radiant heat. So if their furnace isn't running, um, then things don't work. And so their power came back on Sunday, I think, Christmas Day, later Christmas Day. And when the power came back, the furnace didn't come back. And they have some busted pipes. So that's no fun at all. So I'm not sure she probably has electric heaters, but the furnace is not working right. So everyone's saying hello. All right. All right. So the plan today is to talk about resolutions, how to keep your new resolutions that'll stick. Sorry, I'm getting notifications on my phone here. Resolutions that'll stick, making decisions that are going to kind of be more than a flash in the pan. I did a poll on my community tab. I thought about putting it in here, but I'm going to give you 4 choices, and I want you to put a 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the chat. So in regards to making New Year's resolutions, are you a 1, Absolutely, definitely make them. You need to go into the new year with a goal. Are you a two? Um, Meh, you know, kind of indifferent about them? Are you a three with go ahead and make them, but you're gonna blow it the first week? Or are you a four with don't even waste your time? One, two, three, or four. I like vague resolutions. We saw that last week. I'm gonna be a better person. Um, I've watched a few things recently where they've been talking about resolutions, um, and they were talking about how, like, basically saying go ahead and make the resolution anyways. Carol's a two to three. Heather's a one. She wants to make them. You got to go. Can't start the new year without a goal. Carol's thinking she's not sure, but go ahead and make them. You're gonna blow it the first week. Um, there was a debate, and I don't remember what I was watching, but I was watching some live about New Year's resolutions, and I think it was Dr. Barry, and he was basically just saying make it anyways. Even if you're gonna blow the thing, just make it. There's nothing wrong with wanting to do better, even if it's vague, right? Just know that whatever you're targeting, whatever you're shooting to hit, you're likely going to hit a little bit lower. So aim high. If you shoot for the stars, you're going to hit a cloud, basically. Debbie says, I like to make them, but it is always self improvement. And there's nothing wrong with that. I was also just reading something, though, that was talking about how the new year shouldn't be about being a better you. Because in our new year, new me, basically, because maybe there's not as much wrong with the old you as you thought. But that self improvement, I think, is the key there. I have a plan and I'm going to stick with it. I saw what it did for me before and want to continue to make improvements. Exactly. I shared a post. I'm not sure if you all are on our M.A.D.E accountability group on Facebook. Um, but it was a picture of a barbecue grill and this massive, massive steak. It was like pouring over the sides. Um, right. And it said something about don't go vegan. It's a missed steak. It's a big missed steak. Um, but on that post, I shared about my progress this far and my challenge, I guess, going forward. And so, you know, the thing that I noted here, it said becoming vegan is a huge missed steak. And it had a steak that was literally falling over the edge. I have no clue. It's definitely Photoshop, but I saw one of my friends recently share that photo. Um, and on I used it as kind of a post to talk about me this year and kind of where I'm going next year. But that on April 23rd of this year, I changed my diet to a carnivore eating plan, and it literally changed everything to the positive for me in regard to my internal health, and my blood work showed that. On top of that, I've lost 72 pounds. And so I'm not stopped focusing on it. I've not given up. I have eaten some keto in the last month or so, but in January, I'm going to work to push this even further with a renewed focus and effort. And I said, who's going to join me for the next 40 pounds? Because my original goal was 40 by 40. And I was able to exceed that by 32 pounds. And so it's like, I'm going to shoot for that 40 again and, work to blow it away again. Um, but so I have an article here that I'm going to use kind of as my talk for the topic today. And feel free to participate. I'm just going to go ahead and drop the link now. Um, I don't know, that anyone will join in or not. But feel free to give me 1 second. Here it is. Copy this, post it, paste it, and we'll go ahead and pin that. Oh, put user in timeout. We don't want to do that. Hold on. Where did my YouTube go? Goodness gracious. Is that on another screen? I don't know. Anyways, how do I pin that? I don't think I can pin it from here. We don't have enough comments in here. Anyways, so that's the link to go ahead and join me. Give me 1 second. I'll just go to YouTube over here. I appreciate your patience, guys. I am a bit of a rookie. Your channel, and we're live, and we'll pin that at the top. Awesome. All right, cool, guys. So, we're back. So, talking about making a resolution that sticks, or New Year's resolutions, we have to look at why do they fail, because so many people go into the new year saying, I'm going to lose weight. My goal this year is to lose weight. And I did it last year too. Um, I didn't have as much of a focus on it. I didn't have a specific eating plan that I was sticking to. That didn't come until the end of April. But, I knew on December 30th that I needed to change some things, in my life, because I was on a bad path. And so I knew, I'm thinking about it. Like, if I lose another 28 pounds, that's 100 pounds that I'm down. If I can do that before April 23rd, that's 100 pounds in a year. Some people, if they lost 100 pounds, they'd be dead. But I could probably do it more than once and still be okay. Well, probably not, but I had so much extra weight, and from my highest, even more. I've already lost 100 pounds from my highest weight. Um, but why do they fail? When someone says, I want to lose weight, and they go into the new year and they get emotional on, New Year's Eve, and maybe they're, toasting or making the resolutions with the group. Um, why do they fail? Well, the first reason why they fail is lack of planning. Larry says, my goal is to be better off than where I am now. That's a great plan, Larry. Um, meant off. Okay. Sorry. So resolutions fail because of lack of planning. When we're saying I want to lose weight, that means we have to change the things we're doing. You can't keep doing what you're doing and lose weight unless you're sick, right? So you have to change up your routine, whether that's cooking healthier foods, changing the foods that you're cooking, heading to a gym. Either way, no matter what it is, exercising more from home, you have to have a plan. We need to change the routine. We need to schedule time for cooking better. We need to schedule time for shopping better. We need to schedule time for going to the gym. We need to schedule time for doing workout videos or a tapeworm. Exactly. Right. But if we want to lose weight, we have to plan for all of those things unless we're sick or have a tapeworm. Like Debbie said here. Or else your New Year's resolution is going to fail. You're going to be a 3. Go ahead and make it, but it's gonna fizzle out, after the first week or two. Think about it. How many gyms, if you go to the gym or you've driven by a gym at the beginning of the year, um, are slam packed the first couple weeks of January, and then by the end of the first month of the year, you're not struggling to find your parking spot anymore because, well, they didn't plan. Another reason why weight loss resolutions fail is lack of motivation. I've been watching this lady. She's a huge, I would say, I don't want to say an idol, a role model, inspiration. That's the words I'm looking for. Um, and you nailed it, Debbie. Failed to plan is planned to fail. But a huge inspiration to me, a huge role model to me. Her name is Laura Spath, and her and her husband both have lost a lot of weight on the carnivore diet. And what one thing she was saying is it didn't really start working for her until she lost the I want to lose weight mentality. That can't be your only purpose. You're going to lose that motivation if that's the only thing. Because, guys, guess what? If you know, like I know, you can do all the right things in some weeks, you're just not going to lose weight. But when your focus becomes more on overall health, more overall wellness, and you can begin to track those things that will change even when the scale number doesn't go down, your motivation won't flee as fast. If you're going to succeed, you need to have motivation. Um, and so this is saying this article is saying if you make weight loss your resolution just because you feel like it should be, right? Um, you won't have that commitment to follow through on the things that are going to get there. But if you stop and you dissect, why is weight loss my thing? So for me, weight loss wasn't my thing. I didn't start eating carnivore because I wanted to lose weight. I started eating carnivore because I didn't want to take diabetes medicine anymore. Because I realized that at 39 years old, I should not be taking that kind of medication. My father wasn't even taking it at 39 years old, and my dad died when he was 58 years old. After he had already started taking that medication, though. And so I was on a fast track to a dirt nap if I didn't make some changes. I wasn't focused on weight loss. I was focusing on lowering my blood sugar so that I would be healthier, which gave me weight loss. So your motivation can't be I want to lose weight because well, I want, my clothes to fit better. You have to dissect, you have to break down, why do I want to lose weight? You have to literally live different. Exactly. You have to change your routine. I love steak and meat. Where's the negative? Right. When the doctor said to me, do you have a problem eating, excuse me, ribeye and, what did he say? Are you going to have a problem eating just ribeyes, bacon, and eggs every day? And I was like, where do I sign up? Yeah, that's no problem. What is that? Johnny always says, no problem, right? I didn't have any issue with that when he asked me that. That was easy for me to do. But the motivation I needed was because of my health. So think about why you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to have more energy. Maybe you have young kids, maybe you have grandkids. You want to be able to play with them. You want to be in better shape for an outdoor activity you enjoy, riding bikes, hiking. Maybe you want to be able to do that when you go on your next vacation. You need to find something that motivates you. So Larry says, I saw the carnivore diet. I don't know if I can eat that way. So Larry, two things. If you're saying you don't know if you can eat that way because you couldn't handle it, like you just wouldn't want to, maybe it's preference. Heather hated just meat before. She thrived on it though when she did it. She said earlier she knows a plan that works and she's going to work it because she watched it work. But going into it, she was just like, she's just not really a meat eater. Now she loves steak. But if you're worried about it medically, you need to consult a medical professional. I am not a medical professional. I know you and I, Larry, we have similar health issues, and it did nothing but help me. But do your own research. That's what I would say. Do your own research. You might need to ask your doctor, Larry. Right? Exactly. Sorry, I'm a little new here. What is your diet? Carol, that's okay. So I eat what's called a carnivore, I say eating plan, carnivore eating plan. Um, my wife had some great pictorial graphics about what the carnivore diet essentially is. Um, and so I'm going to go ahead and read you some things real quick. Let me find it. Heather, where did you post that? Gonna go on my wall. 1 second, guys. Bear with me here. Okay, right here. So, what is hardcore carnivore? Is meat, fish, salt, and water. that's often called the lion diet. Take away the fish, but beef, salt, water, lion diet. So hardcore carnivore, meat, fish, salt, water. Everyday carnivore, meat, fish, salt, eggs, full fat dairy, and cream. And then weekday carnivore would be a few veggies on the weekends for social situations. That's pretty much me most weekends. Um, so that's what the diet I'm on, the carnivore diet. It's literally, I would say, reversed the results that diabetes was having on me. I went from a 10.4 A1C to a 5.7. It's just been wonderful. Uh, meat, right? But you get to add some cheese and some butter and some salt in there. Um, what about vegetables? I think I answered that already. I don't generally eat vegetables. Somebody that eats more meat and some vegetables, watching the vegetables, because essentially it's a no sugar, no carb diet. And vegetables have carbs in them. Vegetables also have sugar in it, in a lot of them, but the fiber helps your body process it differently than just white processed sugar. But if you were eating like the weekday carnivore, where you having the vegetables on the weekend, based on the vegetables, you would be likely known as a ketovore. Um, I'm not. I'm like not starving meat satiates. It's true. When you when you carb load, when you eat just carbs, you're hungry all the time. When you're eating this meat, you're satisfied, which is huge. Yes, just meat, butter and cheese as well. Larry has zero body fat. I have a cortisol belly. Um, so, you know, I lost my spot there though. Okay, that's what I was talking about. So I was talking about why do these fail, but I'm trying to keep track of the chat too. So I appreciate you all participating with me. So lack of motivation, um, lack of planning. Another one is lack of support, and that's what we're trying to resolve right here. So, why are New Year's resolutions failing? Because we're under supported sometimes. Sharing your resolution with somebody else can help you stay on track. Having a partner to hold you accountable. I have a friend of mine, and so I am also an ordained pastor, and I have done some men's ministry. I've done some addictions ministry, but I have a friend who literally just messaged me the other day and said, "I'm starting to slip in a few areas, and I'm hoping that you could ask me how I'm doing regularly, keep me accountable." Um, when you have a resolution or a goal, when you're trying to make a change, if you're under supported, that's a good reason why you're going to fail. So we're talking about making resolutions that stick. The first thing we need to fix is a lack of support. So um, we need someone that can help you, hold you accountable for your no more soda, it says, um, resolution, because that makes it harder to have just one Coke, right? Um, Finding someone to go to the gym with you is going to increase your attendance there. Um, last week we were talking about preparing for holiday eating, and one thing I said was you need to step up your workout routine. And there was one day, it was before Christmas Eve. I was tired, and I have someone that goes to the gym with me sometimes. Um, and I said to my wife, if that person would have asked me this morning, if I would have, if I was going to the gym, then I would have gotten up and gone to the gym. I didn't want to, but they didn't ask. So guess what? I didn't do. Right. So finding that buddy, that'll hold you accountable, that will support you in participating. Um, if you want to sleep in, you wouldn't want to leave your friend alone at the gym, so you will wake up, right? Look for someone who's going to share that resolution with you and work towards those goals together. Another reason why resolutions fail is because you've set unrealistic goals. That can be, Debbie, a goal that's too broad, or it can be a goal that you just can't obtain. So when I first wanted to lose weight this year, I didn't land at 40 by 40 right away. I was like, 40 by 40 seems like a lot. I'm like, what if I lose 10 pounds? Okay. 10 pounds seems more attainable. Then I'm like, well, if I'm going to lose 10, I probably should lose 15. Finally, I landed to the fact that I'm just going to set this goal 40 by 40. And then I came out and set it. And I was super worried about not reaching that goal and failing it. Now, guys, losing 40 pounds in 10 months, because I was doing the beginning of the year, my birthday's in October. Excuse me, losing 10 pounds losing 40 pounds in 10 months is not an unrealistic goal. Now, if I would have said I wanted to lose 100 pounds, for me, maybe it wouldn't have been realistic because maybe I would have pushed a little harder because I lost 72, right? But you need to set a goal that you're comfortable with achieving, but one that's not necessarily just going to be easy as well. No problem, Debbie. Other neighbor has street full of cops and ambulance. I'm so sorry to hear that. And I'm going to go ahead and pray right now that everybody stays safe. Heavenly Father, God, we just come before you. We lift up Debbie's neighborhood to you, Lord. We ask that you'd stretch your hand over it, Lord, a hand of protection, God. We ask that you would just calm whatever's going on. Lord, help the first responders to be able to resolve promptly and resolve these issues. We thank you in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. All right. So Debbie, stay safe. She says, yeah, I'm back. I was gone for the last 3. Okay. Well, welcome back. Yes. So like I was saying, as far as the goals, I just got to find my little sheet here. My notes. Where did it go? Guys, there they are. Okay. So like I was saying is setting those goals, you don't have to set an impossible goal. Set a realistic goal, but one that's going to challenge you some. Okay. Maybe talk to your doctor if you want to set a weight loss goal and ask them what would be reasonable for you to lose. I think the American Heart Association has said at one point like 2 pounds a week is reasonable. If you're somebody that's 350 pounds, 2 pounds a week is cake if you're doing the right things, right? You could probably set one for 3 or 4 pounds a week. Set a realistic goal. And then the last thing here, or not the last thing, I guess, 2 more things, why they fail is poor recovery after a setback. Some of you watching may have experienced this, right? And I have too. Maybe you're failing or have failed to stay on plan. That started somewhere, okay? So maybe one slip up like skipping the gym today, okay? And I haven't gone to the gym at all this week, guys, because I've been recovering from this sickness. It's going to be a challenge for me to go back. But I've already decided I'm going to go back, right? I can and I will. But it is super easy to have poor recovery after a setback, and that snowballs. Okay. And the next thing you know, you are 100% off of it, right? And you're, in your own opinion, you're out. Yes. Thank you. The daughter over there has brain damage. Oh, dear. Oh, I'm so sorry. So poor recovery from a setback. Maybe it's skipping the gym. Maybe it's eating a brownie, right? We just went through the holidays. How'd you guys do? Right? Did you have Christmas cookies more than you planned for? Don't let that be a setback that stops you. So the thing that I look at is I look at these things as obstacles, not setbacks, not barriers. What is an obstacle? An obstacle is something that gets in your way and obstructs your view from your goal. Notice the thing that does not change here is your focus. Your focus is still your goal. And so sometimes we have to navigate obstacles. And one obstacle might be skipping a day at the gym. One obstacle might be having a dessert that you shouldn't. But if you don't lose focus of your goal, then you won't be derailed when you encounter an obstacle. Everyone makes mistakes, guys. Everyone slips up. Everyone has a setback. Everyone goes to Cheesecake Factory and eats a piece of brown bread. Everyone. But that does not have to stop you. Changing your lifestyle is hard work. Making new choices is hard work. And once in a while, you're going to slip. Okay? That's okay. Tell yourself that right now, guys. Look at yourself in the mirror or say this out loud with me right now. Slipping up is okay. It will not stop me. Slipping up is okay. It will not stop me. Now, focus hard on the it will not stop me, and that will reduce the amount of times that you'll slip up. Excuse me. You need to focus on getting back on track the very next day, the very next bite, the very next meal. Focus on getting back on track and instead of giving up on yourself. Okay. So poor recovery off a setback. Larry says he had no cookies. All right, good man. I got better each day after making the cookies. You're right. That's very true as well. Larry, good man. Always trying to watch the carbs. Cool. All right. And then having a vague resolution. So here's why people this one was not designed for you, Debbie. Why do people's resolutions fail? Why do weight loss resolutions tank? Having a vague resolution. Deciding on a resolution to quote lose weight, right, should just be the starting point of your plan. Okay? It shouldn't be your plan. It shouldn't be I want to lose weight. I want to do better next year, right? You need to create a more specific reason, such as I want to lose X amount of weight in X amount of weeks. That will allow you to track your progress and you will know clearly when you've achieved your goals. So, one thing that I talked about, and we're gonna this is what we're gonna kind of hone in on for a little while here, is in the beginning here when we talked about goals. One thing we talked about was a SMART goal, and the thing that's going to make a goal achievable is when it's SMART, SMRT, and each one of those letters stands for something. I learned this in business a long time ago. So we need to turn a weight loss resolution. We need to change it from being a New Year's resolution to lose weight into a SMART goal. Okay. And by doing that, we're going to make it a specific goal. Okay. I will lose 1 pound a week until I reach 100 pounds in the next year, right? Whatever. That's not 1 pound a week for the next year, right? Because that's 52 pounds, right? So you know that if you want to lose more than 50 pounds, you got to lose more than 1 pound a week, okay? But this is where we're going to make it specific, okay? Your specific might be I will lose 6 pounds a month until I reach X amount of pounds. This, when I stand on the scale, when I'm X amount of pounds, I know I made my goal. And so figure out what that number is. Divide that by 6 pounds a month. You'll know how many months it's going to take you to lose your weight. And you're going to set the amount of weight you want to lose for a specific measurable number of pounds. I want you to make sure that that number is achievable. Okay, guys? It's not reasonable for me to say in 2023, I'm going to lose 100 pounds. It's not reasonable. If I lose 100 pounds, you guys are going to think I'm on drugs or dying of cancer. Because I'm going to be much more lean than I ever have been before. excuse me, and I'm not going to be thriving. Okay. But if I say I want to lose 40 pounds next year, that's realistic. And that's going to put me to a much, much healthier place. Um, and it's actually an achievable number. How do I know it's achievable? I've already done it. I can absolutely do it again. So make sure your number is achievable when you're setting that specific number. Um, and that your weight loss goal is truly a relevant, motivated desire that you have. You don't have to say you want to lose weight simply because you're watching this YouTube video, right? I want you to watch this YouTube video because you're looking for a group of people to help you lose weight, right? Um, but make sure it's a desire that you have. Be sure to set a deadline though for the end of your goal. Okay. That's another thing. So SMART goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely, or I say time-based. Time-based. It's best to just pick one or two resolutions, at a time, so you don't become overwhelmed. A resolution, your New Year's resolution, doesn't have to be for the whole year. You might say, I want to lose 10 pounds by March 31st, right? And so you've set a specific, measurable, achievable, very achievable, relevant, and timely goal by saying that. I want to lose 10 pounds by March 31st. Specific, 10 pounds. Measurable. You stand on the scale, you can see what your results are. If you gained a pound, now you got to get 11. If you lost a pound, now you're down to 9. Relevant or achievable, guys. Anyone that's watching this, hey Roman, thanks for stopping by, brother. Welcome in. Anyone that's watching this can lose 10 pounds. Okay, it's 100% achievable. Relevant. Well, guys, you're in a accountability Facebook group here, or not Facebook, YouTube chat group, right? I would say losing weight is relevant. And time-based, we said by March 31st, we're going to lose 10 pounds. 100% a SMART goal. So, like I said, set the amount of weight you want to lose, a specific number of pounds, and a time that will work. Hold on one second, guys. Perfect. Okay. So an example for nutrition and exercise SMART goals. Okay, so we talked about a weight loss here. So a goal would be I will sign up for and attend 2 exercise classes a week for the next 3 months. Okay. I will eat X, whether that's for me, right? I will eat on plan, right? So some people might say I'll eat a fruit and a vegetable, or a fruit or a vegetable with every meal. Maybe that's in your plan. Um, that would be cheating for me. um, mine would be like I won't eat a fruit or a vegetable with every meal. But a specific activity when it comes to eating for every meal for the next 3 months. Maybe it's maybe you're someone that works outside of the house, or you're a reseller and you're outside sourcing a lot during the day. Larry, you're driving for work, making deliveries, and you might say, I will make my lunch every day, instead of stopping to grab something to eat on the fly, right? Strapping on the feed bag from the drive-thru. Instead, I'm going to make my lunch. I'm going to be intentional about it. I'm going to be specific about the things that I'm going to eat. Okay. And I'm going to do that for the next 3 months. Again, we're putting a time on it, and we're not saying the whole year, because maybe your resolutions have failed in the past because it just seemed like it was going on too long and you were just never going to get a reprieve from it. You might want to say, I'm going to make a resolution for the next 3 months. And then at that point, I'm going to spend 2 weeks to reevaluate where I am. And I'm going to set another goal for the next 3 months. but I'm going to take 2 weeks to reevaluate what I've done and where I need to get. Does that make sense? It might be I will work out from home for 45 minutes 3 times a week for the next 3 months. Larry, I've been taking my lunch since I started. Good man, good man. Awesome. So it might be, like I said, that you're going to plan to work out from home for 45 minutes. And so you're going to set that time because, guys, it's so easy to say, I'm going to work out from home 3 times a week, right? This is that vague resolution. Well, you might say, well, I carried extra loads of laundry downstairs this week 3 times, and I was huffing and puffing by the time I was done. That counts as a workout, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Yeah, that's your regular routine. You gotta be specific. Yeah, but not being vague will end up in me having to actually be more accountable. And that's the goal, right? We want to get you to a place of success. Um, so maybe it's I'm going to watch 30-minute exercise video, which I absolutely hate. I hate doing these because when I'm doing these, well, I can't say this because I haven't done them in a long time. I haven't done them, I don't think, really much since I've lived in this house, and I've been in this house for 10 years. Every time I do these, I have this other party in our house who ends up spending more time laughing at me than doing their own workout because I look like a knucklehead. Okay. But maybe it's for you. Maybe it's I'm going to watch and do 3. Don't say watch. Okay. I'm going to participate in 3 workout videos this week and I'm going to do that each week for the next 3 months. And so we're going to go from there. Let's see here. This article that I have, it's got so much more to it. But I have given you a lot already. We talked about resolutions. We talked about it was funny for both of us. We were horrible, up and down, up and down. It was hard. It was I watch this guy. His name's Justin Rhodes. I watch him on YouTube all the time. 30 minutes is a long time. And he does these things called get-ups, and I've heard other people talk about them, but you basically, Heather actually told me about them. You start on the floor flat, and you work to the point where you're getting up without any, right? And the more that you do that, the easier it will be. You won't have to go to one knee. You'll be able to literally raise up from the floor without, with just using your core to move you up. And let's see here. But I like to dance. I love disco. Maybe Zumba is your thing, right? Maybe that's a good workout for you. Zumba is literally dancing. I think we were trying to do the Jillian Michaels 90-day shred, and I was shredding, but it was the carpet underneath me. In the beginning is difficult. Hard work always pays off, Roman. It always pays off. And you've seen it in your own life, Roman. You've done big things, hard things lately, and you're seeing the payoff. I think if we're honest, guys, we all know that. But so I've given you a lot. I've unpacked a lot here. We've understood. We've stopped to take time to say, why don't these weight loss or these resolutions to lose weight, why don't they work? Why are they always failing? And it's because of lack of planning. It's because of lack of motivation. It's because of lack of support. It's because of unrealistic goals. It's because of poor recovery after a setback. And it is 100% because of having a vague resolution. But we've decided, or at least I have, right? Hashtag Richard Simmons. We've decided that instead of a weight loss resolution, we need to make smart goals. We need to put these specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and I call it time-based goals in place, because we can track this and see when we've succeeded, see when we've achieved what we set out to do. Then we can take some time, reevaluate where we are, and make new smart goals. Because what is an obstacle, guys? An obstacle is something that comes in our way that that comes in front of the actual goal, right? And so we don't lose sight of the goal. Our focus stays on the goal, but an obstacle or excuse, a setback pops up trying to block that from us. But if we're set on the goal, we're going to overcome that obstacle. Um, and we're going to do that by smart goals. Carol, my goal is 50 pounds. I'd like to have at least that off by my birthday in June and the rest by December 31st, 2023. Carol, that's awesome. It's super achievable if you're doing the right things. But let me say this, okay? And I shared this video in our last group, and maybe you were here, I'm not sure. Um, uh, I'm a huge fan of Big Daddy Weave, and I don't know if you know who Big Daddy Weave is, Michael Weaver. Um, he's a Christian music singer, and he sings a song called "I Am Redeemed," but he talks about this weight loss, Biggest Loser thing that he started in his own, and he lives a very public life, obviously. And he says you don't get a name like Big Daddy living in the South unless you're a Big Daddy. And he set out a goal, I believe it was to lose 90 pounds, and he lost almost all of that goal, but he didn't quite make it. And he got super low because he missed that goal. So, Carol, I want to challenge you. Focus on the 50. That's awesome. But, Carol, if you lose 40, you are an amazing person. And you did hard things. If you lose 25, Carol, you're halfway to your goal and you're just going to stop. You're going to reevaluate and you're going to push forward because you're not going to let your eyes come off of that goal. But do not get discouraged if you don't meet that goal. Now, I'm not saying all this because I don't think you can make that goal, because 100% if you do the right things, you can blow that goal away. And so I want to say thank you for sharing that with us. Putting it right out there. And if there's anything that we can do to help you get there, please reach out. My where is it? How do I do that here? Banners? No, not banner. I have 3 banners right there. You can email me anytime, heartmanmade@gmail.com. I would love to be there to support you if I can help in any way. Can you two do the 90-day shred? Why are you bringing up that 90-day shred? I'm not doing the 90-day shred. I don't like it. Hold on one second. This is something that I got for Christmas because I was at the chiropractor with Heather, and the chiropractor, this thing just told me I need to move this hour. The chiropractor is going to shoot to walk 1,000 miles in 2023. And he's going to need to get one of these to track it. And I thought, you know what? I said, the next time we come, let's talk about it, because I'm on board for that. When you think about that, 1,000 miles, if you break that thing up, that's really not an impossible thing to do. 1,000 miles in 365 days. What is that? 1,000 divided by 365. It's 2.7374, two and 3/4 of a mile a day. And if you get one of these things and you watch how much you actually walk, you're doing it. But if you focused on that, imagine if you could walk 1,000 miles and say, I just walked 1,000 miles. Now he's going to do it for a specific cause, and his cause is going to be, he's going to try and raise money to feed families here in our local area that are struggling. And I think that's amazing. But yeah. Yeah, so I got distracted. Anyways, I got the tools in place to help me. 90-day shred for sure. Half that. Okay, she wants to lose half of the 50 by her birthday, 25. That's cool. Yep, I get it now. I see it right now. She wants to lose half of the 50 by June. And did you say your when is your birthday in June? For some reason, I thought you said the 21st. That's our wedding anniversary. Um, we have a lot of birthdays and wedding anniversaries in our family in the month of June. But so she wants to lose 25 by her birthday and the other 25 by December 31st. 100% doable. You got this. 100% you got this. And so 90 pounds is a big deal. And I don't know what his time frame was on it. But listen, Debbie, when you're a big daddy, when you're a big person, you can set bigger numbers like that because you got a lot more to spare. So when you start doing the right things, the difference between Heather, June 6th, Roman's birthday is June 6th. Her birthday is the 10th. My dad's birthday was the 9th. And my sister and brother-in-law's wedding anniversary was the 9th. And our wedding anniversary is the 21st, and my wife's birthday is the 26th. Yeah, we got a lot going on in June here. So yeah, we're coming in for a landing. I've kept you guys much later than you normally would stay on here, simply because I started late. But how are we going to make resolutions that sick? They're going to become SMART goals. They don't have to be for the whole year. We have Carol. She just set her goal for 6 months and then the next 6 months. Okay. She's gonna go into 2023 with a plan already. And that's the best thing to do, guys. We can't continue in life. We can 100% we can. We're not going to have success if we continue to go through life shooting from the hip or winging it. I have gotten by for so long by winging it. I mean, I am so good at winging it, playing it by ear, right? You say play it by ear because you're just kind of like, I don't know, faking it until you make it. You're figuring it out as you go. You can do so much more if you play. You can fake it. You can wing it. You can shoot from the hip and be successful. You can. But imagine if you put more effort into focusing on a plan, how much more you could get done. And so that's my goal for you all this year or this coming year, 2023, is to go into it with SMART goals rather than New Year's resolutions. You may want to make it for the month. You may want to make it for 3 months, whatever you're going to be able to stick to. Because remember, the A in SMART is achievable. It has to be achievable. Stay focused and make realistic goals. Network to stay on plan and stay moving. I love it. I love it. Absolutely. She is right, and I think that's what her goals are for 2023, Roman. If I'm reading that right. My goal, what I'm gonna target in, and I was talking to Heather about it today. If I lose that other 40 pounds, I'll be in a good place. Last time I shot for 40 pounds, I did much more. If I lose more than 40 pounds, I'll be in a much better place. But I'll also be in the same place I was this year where I'm going to have to buy a lot of new clothes because I went from a 4XL to a 1XL. I didn't have many clothes in between. Not at all. I was able to get out a Christmas sweater that I wore years and years and years ago, and it was actually a little big on me. It looked a little sloppy. And it was like a 1X, but it was a big 1X because I was wearing it when I was not a 1X. Carol loves your plan as well, Debbie. Sorry, my mouse is all over the place. But does anybody have any parting words? I really appreciate you guys spending some time with me today. I'm going to be honest with you, probably about 3 hours ago. Well, a little more than 3 hours ago now. It's actually almost 6 o'clock, but I was not feeling like doing this. I'm just my body's tired. My head's been hurting. Just trying to overcome this. And Heather asked me later if I was going to do it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it because I needed to. We're going to go into New Year's Eve here, in the next couple of days, guys. There's going to be celebrations. I want you to be intentional on what you choose to eat. Um, be careful on your indulgences, whether it be food or alcohol. I want you to be safe. And I really do want to see you have a blessed and a happy and a healthy new year. I thank you so much for taking time with me. I pray that you see God's blessing in your life immensely in 2023. And you and I will talk again here next week. Okay. God bless you guys and have a happy new year.